Good morning, good morning, good morning. I have to do this kitchen, but before I start this kitchen, I have to run to the store and get some dish liquid. I was thinking about washing my dishes in bleaching water. Like, should I? I don't see nothing wrong with it. But we are going to have a different type of breakfast today. Inspired by by Mr. Fibrissi from Fibrissima. I don't know how to explain his name, but I don't know how to say his name on me. But yeah. We are going to make us some breakfast. But yeah. I have to freaking figure out what I'm going to do about these dishes, because I could wash them in bleach instead of going to the store. I'm trying to think. I feel like food ain't. I need, like, man, I need like 50 to 100 trays, like single eggs. I need more eggs than this. There's 12 and 24 cartons. That is not enough. Or trays, carton trays, whatever it's called. That is not enough. I need more eggs. And if not more eggs, variety, then I need a bigger egg. There was this one video I was watching of where this woman was, she had like I think she said it was what kind of egg did she say that was? I don't know what kind of egg. It was like this big. I don't want to say dinosaur egg, but I think that's what she said it was. I don't know what kind of egg it was, but it was like this big. Like exactly this big. That's how big it was. And I was just looking at it like, oh my gosh, you know how many meals I can make with that? And if not, that's just like one freaking meal. Like, how many? Just imagine you having a whole bunch of them eggs that don't expire. It doesn't expire as long as, that expires just as long as these eggs do, or if not, longer, and you just got a whole bunch of big eggs in your refrigerator. Like, oh my gosh, like, what I can do with a big egg. That's the first thought that came to my mind. What I can do with a big egg, you know. So yeah. I was thinking about earlier, I was like, what if they made scarves with edges? What if they made scarves with edges, like, for real? Because a lot of women don't be wanting to do their edges. Like, if you're making all this other stuff with fake hair and this and that, why can't you make a scarves with edges? If you make scarves with edges, that would basically, you know, give your edges a break. That's what it would. It would give your edges a break. I freaking did my hair braided. This is what it's looking like. The back, of course. I keep it consistent and still the same. But yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I'm like, what if they made scarves with edges? That would be so different. It would be different. So yeah, I'm really debating on whether I should go to this store. Y'all know why, honestly. I'm debating on whether I should go to this store because I'm feeling very confused right now. Like, even though I need some dish liquid, and I need to wash these dishes to prepare breakfast, I'm thinking about, like I said, just using bleach and washing it with bleach. Um, because I I have recently had, I had a nicotine vape. I'm gonna be real. I had the nicotine vape without. I haven't had the soft vape. I tried the nicotine vape, and guess what? It actually didn't. It was a different effect. Like, it was different. But just like we said, changing. Like, as your body changes and you evolve, like I said, it was never a bad habit for me. It was just that I was getting this reaction. Like, it just wasn't. I just didn't feel right doing it. Like, mentally, it kind of would mess me up. So I stopped doing it. But then, I stopped because I'm just like, so that's when I went to salt nicotine, and that was my alternative for the nicotine. So eventually I went back, like, recently I went back to it after, I would say I've been doing salt nicotine for about, I would say 3 months, if that, if not longer. Um, that's how long I've been doing salt nicotine. Regular nicotine I was doing before I did salt nicotine. But, let me see, June, July, August, September, October, November. So I've been doing salt nicotine, I would say about 7 to 8 months. I've been doing salt nicotine. But before that, I was doing regular nicotine, but the regular nicotine wasn't, it was making me feel weird, mentally, and I just, it had me feeling everywhere, all over the place, and I just couldn't focus. So then I wound up going to get me, I wound up switching to salt nicotine. And then that's when the salt nicotine vape, it kind of basically gave me, like, clarity. I could think, I can, I could focus. The nicotine, I couldn't focus, but the salt nicotine, I could focus. So I wound up going recently after, 8 months of doing salt nicotine. I recently went back to nicotine just to try it, because I haven't, when I say I was not going for salt nicotine vapes after so long, I was like, no. Like, people try to have me try theirs and stuff like that. I'm like, no. I was so committed. I'm like, because I know how when I experience something, I'm not going back to it. And I didn't. But I wound up going back to it this time just because the salt nicotine vape was, it wasn't satisfying or fulfilling that craving. I'm going to say it was not, and it's just like, I need something else. I need something more. Like, what am I craving? Food, I was good with the food. Like, I was so full. I was so satisfied. But then you got that moment where you just want to unwind and just enjoy this moment. Everything is perfect. Everything is good. It's just like, you want to treat yourself, and that's what I was doing. So it's just like the salt nicotine, they wasn't giving me that effect I wanted. Like, I wanted something to really make me feel good, to just, um, you know, yeah, just like how you would sip wine, and it gives you that feeling. Instead of that feeling, because I already feel that good, I already feel that feeling. I wanted something to kind of just, mentally wake me up, something to match my energy, match how I'm feeling, and like I said, wine, the taste, it's the taste that makes you feel good, but it also has that effect. So I wanted the taste. So the salt nicotine vape is more so of like it has the taste and but it doesn't have that, that feeling I'm looking for. Because like I said, salt nicotine vape is a whole different type. Salt nicotine is completely different from nicotine. Y'all go out and try it for yourselves if y'all want to do the differences. Y'all see. But I'm not about to explain no differences because I've explained it too many times. So yeah, so like I said, I needed something to just match my energy. Something like wine, or something like a cigarette, or something like a mild, or that. I wanted that type of feeling to just unwind. So I went out and got me a vape. And I would say I was scared at first. Not really. I wasn't. I was pretty confident. I was pretty confident when I went and got that vape. But it did satisfy me, and it was like occasional feeling. Occasionally I would do this. It was like that. But in the midst of, like, it did have some type of reaction. Like, that's one thing. It had, like, a reaction to where the nicotine vape has a reaction to where it makes me, like, it irritates, like, my skin and stuff. I don't know what it is, but it does. It irritates me to the point where I feel like, I'm irritated inside. But I did receive that, like, I did feel that way probably a little bit. Not a lot. I felt it, like, every so often. But eventually that feeling will go away. Like, it was passive this time. Before it wasn't passive. Like, I literally had to, go out there and, find, like, probably, I would pray about it, and sometimes I actually had to go out there and get me some, drink something or something to make this feeling, go away. But that's how it affected me. That's the best way I can explain it. But like I said, I want to go get some dish liquid, but at the same time, I don't want to be tempted because, like I said, it felt so good having that, and my mind is like, I want this, but I want that, but I want this, but I want that, and then if I don't go get some dish liquid and I just stay here and I just wash my dishes with bleach, and then get straight to what I'm doing, it will be less of a temptation, and I'll be less tempted. So yeah, I'm in this place right now where I'm being pulled in every which direction again. Another thing I want to talk about is when you want to heal from something. I'm gonna just throw this out there because it's something that I had to go through. When you want to heal from something, you have to want it, like intentionally want it for yourself. Intuitively want it. You have to want it for yourself. Because I'm going to tell you, like I say this a lot, but it is true. You have to want it mentally, physically, and spiritually. If you don't want it in one area, it will fail in another area. You have to be on the same page. So somebody can say they want something, but then that's not what they're giving. They won't get it. You have to, when you want something, you have to want it, for yourself. You have to want it. Because if you don't want it, it won't happen. You can want it here, but if you don't want it here, it won't happen. You can want it spiritually, but if you don't want it here, it won't happen. You have to be on the same page. The same page. And I say this because I am a person where, I like vaping. When I smoke cigarettes, I like smoking cigarettes. I didn't want to stop smoking cigarettes, and that's why it didn't happen for me. But eventually, I grew into wanting to stop smoking cigarettes. And eventually, my body was saying no, my mind was saying no, my spirit was saying no. We all got on the same page, and boom, it happened for me. But it took a while to wean myself off of it, you know. And I didn't wean myself off of it. It's like my body, like it was just, my body was saying no. My body was eventually rejecting it. It's like, no, I don't want it. And then that's how it happened for me. So just because you think, like, it's like training your body. What do they used to say, train your mind and your body will follow, or something like that. You plant that seed and eventually it will grow. So if you do want something for yourself, but you're not prepared, know that you will fail over and over and over again. But eventually you will begin to see progress, because later on that seed will start to grow. Wherever it is, mind, body, or spirit, wherever it is, it will eventually start to grow, and you will become on the, you will get on the same page, and you will eventually see change. You know, it has to start in one area. I won't say every time. It's all about intentional. Like I said, what you want. The truth will unravel. What you want for yourself will happen if it's honest. It has to be honest. It has to be something that you truly desire. Because if it don't, if it's not true, it won't flourish. That seed won't grow. It won't even start to sprout its roots. If it's not true, that seed will not budge. But if it has some type of honesty to that seed will begin to nourish and begin to flourish and begin to evolve and transition and all of that. But just know that not every seed will grow. Just because you plant it don't mean it will grow. It may just sit there and collect mold. It may just sit there and just, be there until you remove it. Because it has every seed's foundation, first, every seed's first, the first step to nourishing this seed is honesty. That's like water. It's like water, something that the seed needs. It's water to the seed. It will make that seed grow. Honesty, truth. It has to be true. It has to be honest. That's how powerful life has become. You just don't get what you want. You have to resonate with what you want. You have to be on the same page as what you want. What you want won't come easy, but it'll eventually come to you if it's something that's true, that you need. Well, not need, but something, it has to be true. I'm kind of getting off that page, because it's like, when I said it's something that it has to be true, something else came into my mind when I said that. But what I'm speaking about is what you want for yourself. Something else came in my mind when I said that. It was basically what what you want to be true based on outside circumstances. But this is not what I was talking about. But that did just come to me. That's not what I'm talking about. Let me correct it. When I'm talking about seeds and planting seeds, I'm not talking about relationships and this and that. I'm talking about yourself internally, internally for yourself, this seed, So yeah, um, that's what I still have to figure out what I'm gonna do. Hopefully it comes to me. Like I said, I think I have it figured out because, like I said, I think I'm gonna use bleaching water. Just because when it's complicated, once it's a complicated situation, and you don't know what to do, but you kind of know what to do. That's what I'm saying. Life gets so complicated and it gets so funny, at the same time because it's just like you know what you want and that's why you're leaning more in that direction, but what you need is already here. We think we want, that's the conditioned mind right now I'm fighting with because it's like I feel like I want to go get the dish liquid because that's what we are, tradition. It's tradition. It's conditioned. It's conditioned for me to want to go get this dish liquid, you know? But honestly, I don't need the dish liquid. Water and bleach will do just fine. But I have to really convince myself that that is okay because the normal way society and how we have been raised and conditioned to believe otherwise is really about to drag me out this door, and that's how you know where I am in life. I'm not completely there yet because life still has that the conditions of my past and, our experiences that's kind of winning right now. No matter how far or whatever new you want to do in your life, you have to get past this part. And that's what I'm kind of fighting with right now. So as much as I want to do what I want to do, this is my stumbling block I'm going through right now. I'll be back.